I really want to love Squad. I do, but I just can't. And this has got nothing to do with the infantry overhaul that's going on at the minute. That's the playtest they keep having like either every week or every other week. And that's been, well, completely overhauling the infantry combat in terms of how all the weapons handle. And I've been playing most of those and I'm really enjoying those. I like the direction that Squad's going. It's going for, I guess you could say, like a more hardcore or quote unquote realistic shooter. So it's got nothing to do with that. And with all these different playtests, I haven't really been able to tell the difference between them. I think there's been 9 in total so far, but I think that's just like a good like reflection on the developers and having 9 separate playtests for this big change they're doing instead of just putting the change straight into the game or maybe having one. They're just tweaking it a lot. That's really good. I really like that the devs are doing that. And I'm not going to say at all that Squad is a bad game. It's not. It is a really good game. Even without this infantry overhaul, I do like the gunplay. Generally, there's a lot of good teamwork that happens. The sound design is really, really good. And the maps are generally good. And there's a lot of different types of maps and sizes of maps. I can't say much about vehicle play in Squad because I'm just not a vehicle guy. When I'm going to use a vehicle, it's going to be to get from A to B or to be taken from A to B. I'm just not a tank guy. Just give me a rifle and I'm happy. But what I find with Squad, and it's really the reason why I've been so on and off since I purchased it when it came out in early access many years ago, and it's because you can have this like one good game in Squad, and that game will be full of like lots of good teamwork, loads of great gunfights, tense moments, loads of vehicle play coming in where there's all this combined arms action going on, good sneaky flanks, artillery coming in. It'll be this like amazing game. Then you'll have like 3 or more games in a row that are just bad or really boring. And when I say bad, I don't mean as in you're getting absolutely destroyed and you're losing games, because you can still have really good games when you're losing them. And yeah, if you're getting destroyed in games, you can be on the back foot, constantly being pushed back, and you keep trying to push forward or try little flanks or try other little things, and it can still be a good, like, fulfilling game. But these bad or boring games that I'm talking about generally comes down to your squad leader and your squad. And more often than not, I'm getting into squads that just do not communicate well or communicate at all. And you could say, well, just leave your squad, join a different squad, but you can't because your team is just full up of loads of other locked squads, so you just can't. Or maybe make a squad yourself. Maybe some people just aren't ready to go in and squad lead yet. Maybe they don't want a squad lead. Maybe they wanted to not have that sort of pressure of being that squad leader on their shoulders. So you end up getting stuck with this bad squad leader or almost non-existent squad leader who will give out bad orders or no orders. It will ask you to do what I call bad movement, which is generally go all the way over here or over there, like really long pieces of movement which end up with you guys just doing nothing. And yeah, I can understand sometimes you need to go out your way, maybe you need to do a long flank because long flanks do work, but even though I like the scale of some of Squad's maps, the really big maps, I think it sometimes hurts it by making them so big that there's so much ground to cover and it can really hurt the game and the flow of it. I mean, who generally enjoys running for minutes on end doing nothing or driving for minutes on end? Now, I know with some of these comments I'm saying there's going to be a bunch of people saying go back to Battlefield, go back to Call of Duty, but I don't play Battlefield or Call of Duty. I generally play Hell Let Loose, which is, yeah, more casual, quote-unquote hardcore tactical shooter than Squad. But I think the map size of Hell Let Loose is generally better than Squad, even though every single map in Hell Let Loose is the exact same size, and I think Hell Let Loose does need to change a little bit there. But yeah, it generally comes down to your squad, and for me this sort of goes back to Project Reality, because I used to play a lot of Project Reality back in the day. Me and my mates had this saying where Project Reality was the best game you've ever played, and it's the worst game you've ever played. and that's just purely dependent on the squad leader you have and the squad. And back to the other things I've said, no communication. It really comes down to no communication, or people generally not giving a damn. Like, you have a squad leader who will put down no rally points or no spawn points, meaning you have to go back and have a little bit of a walking simulator after every single death, or you have no medics in your squad, which generally doesn't help you at all. I find recently that the role I'm playing most in squad is medic, because no one else is playing as a medic, and you need medics in your squad to keep people alive and to stop your ticket drain a little bit. I know this is probably sounding like a bit of a rambling rant, and I guess it is a bit. And there's no real fix for this. It's just, I guess, luck of the draw with the type of squad leader you have. And you can have these issues in other games where you need a squad as well, like Hell Let Loose. And I think really the only thing I can do is start squad leading myself, which I'm going to do in some games. Make a squad, maybe get a friend or two in, get randoms in as well, and then see how it goes and try and give my squad members a good game. So sorry for ranting for a bit. I do want more squad content on the channel because, yeah, it is good, and occasionally I really enjoy it. Hopefully by squad leading, I'll actually get some good games that I can sort of be in command of, or try and make those games better. So thank you for listening to my rant if you've made it this far, and I'll see you on the next one.